Good morning, folks. How's it going? We're here at Lucidius once again. They're a cybersecurity firm. I have with me Palvinder Singh, who is a cybersecurity analyst at Lucidius Tech. Today's topic is how secure is your Wi-Fi? Now, the latest, security, which is WPA2, right? So WPA2, most people, that's the latest update. Most people think that that's the most secure way of, setting up your Wi-Fi. But if Palvinder is to be believed, that's far from the truth. We also believe that if you have numerics and special characters and stuff like that, then your Wi-Fi cannot be breached. That too is far from the truth if Palvinder is to be believed. So his challenge to me is that in under 15 minutes, he will show me how a Wi-Fi hack can be done using open source software. So you don't need to be some expert hacker. Even kids out there with a bit of tech knowledge can do it. So, Palvinder, why don't you tell our viewers how this exactly happens? Just sort of bring them up to speed, because most people think WPA2 is the most secure.
No. Hello guys, now we'll see now the most updated security over the Wi-Fi that you can have over there, that is WPA2. That is the most updated that you can use over the Wi-Fi. But some people use things like that if we are having WPA2 security and it cannot be compromised or it cannot be breached. But there are various methods via which someone can be using your Wi-Fi, and even if you are having a Wi-Fi password that can be having some alphanumeric characters, like it can be having some alphabets, having some numeric values, or having some special characters in that, still it can be breached. And that are the very simple, and we need not to go for some complex tool, and we just need to go for some simple basic steps that we'll be seeing in a demonstration, how anyone and not how someone can crack or how someone can access your Wi-Fi by just cracking your password.
Let's give our viewers a small example, right? So a lot of people who are fairly tech aware know that it's a good idea to sort of have special character numerics, and it's never a good idea to have a single word, right?
Yep.
But just before we went live, Palvinder and I were spending some time, and I asked him that something like a small phrase, for example, good vibes, can that be cracked too? So to my surprise, he showed me that he did it in a matter of 5 minutes. And there is this library out there in the dark web, right?
Yeah, that is not the word list.
Right.
Yeah.
So which has all these passwords, and you'd be surprised that they have all sorts of permutations and combinations, which include special characters, small little phrases and stuff like that. So Palvinder, why don't you, how do you want to start this?
Oh, I'll be showing you demonstration regarding I have created one Wi-Fi with having a most updated security, and in that case I have applied a security of WPA2, that is the most updated. So I will be demonstrating you that how someone can just compromise or hack your Wi-Fi by just following some simple steps. For that I can show you presentation, or I can show you demonstration regarding that.
Okay, so shall we start the demo?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
So I'm having.
Can you just turn the laptop
Yep.
this side? Yeah. I think this is.
I'll increase the font size.
Yeah. I think there's a bit of light reflecting. Anyway, okay. Yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, done. So I'm going to. Yep.
So for the benefit of our viewers, why don't you tell us about this interface that they can see right now?
So no, currently I am just using one open source operating system, that is Linux operating system, and here I'm using Kali Linux operating system, and this operating system is used for penetration testing. This operating system having lots of pre-installed tools that can be used for checking security or around for web security or network security or wireless. This is an operating system that I am using.
Right.
So
and this is free. It's open source.
This is free. This is an open source.
Right. So anybody can get their hands on it.
Yeah, anybody can just download and free, need not to pay anything. So now I'm just going to run simple commands so that we can able to see how many Wi-Fi's are available around me.
Okay.
So I'm just going to execute some commands. So now here I am getting a list that how many Wi-Fi's are available around me. So here it is displaying me number of Wi-Fi with these names.
And what's surprising, Palvinder, is I see a WEP one as well.
WEP, that is the most vulnerable Wi-Fi password, and still
people are still using WEP.
People are still using that. That is the most vulnerable.
Okay.
And let's continue. And I have created one demo Wi-Fi over which we will be testing that. And
so
yes.
Tell me, Balvinder, WPA2 you said is can be breached in about under 15 minutes, right?
Yeah,
what about WEP? How easy is that?
WEP, if anybody is having some WEP password, that in that cases we give that 100% surety that this password definitely gonna crack. But in case of WPA, we can, or WPA2, we can apply some security, and we can go for some security measure if you want to protect our Wi-Fi from any such attack. But in case of WEP, there is no such security that we can apply over our Wi-Fi router.
Right.
So if anybody is having a WEP security, then 100%. For that we need not any word list, we need not any libraries. Definitely we can directly crack that WEP password.
So Palvinder, for those of our viewers who are not as tech savvy, do you want to tell them how they can sort of determine whether their connection is a WEP1 or a WPA or WPA2?
In that cases, you can check out your router by just going in the router configuration. If you want to check out your router configuration, there is a label applied on your routers that you are having at your home. On that there is a default setting written over here, and by following those steps you can check it out your router and getting a security of your router, and it will show you what the security you are having over your router, whether it is WEP, whether it is WPA or WPA2. Or I have just using the same thing in my operating system. Here we are having a list of complete that these password, this Wi-Fi with the name of Palvinder is having WPA security, some other Wi-Fi, and some other some companies, some Wi-Fi over around me are having WEP security.
Right,
also.
right.
So here by this we can also check whether which security is there over some router. So we have just created one demo Wi-Fi with the name of Palvinder, which is having the most updated security, that is WPA2, to which we are just going to break into.
Go ahead.
Okay, now we are just executing some commands. We are now just running one command. By using this command we are just going to capture a packets which are flowing from this Palvinder's Wi-Fi. Packet, what I mean by a packets, the Wi-Fi range which is traveling around me, I just want to capture only those packets from there. I need not to have a physical access of any Wi-Fi router or any mobile devices.
Correct.
That can be from on this location, or that can be my next office, or it can be any person. So I'm just going to capture that packets by running a simple command. I'm just going to store that packets in a file with the name of factor daily.
Okay.
This is my simple command. So it will be start capturing the packets. It's taking a little time. Let me check the command again. Yeah.
Do you want to again quickly simplify what you mean by packets here?
Yeah, here packets means the Wi-Fi which we have created at our homes or at our places or at our offices. In that case, packets are being broadcasted or having shared. The communication that my mobile phone is having with some Wi-Fi, that all the communication is being done in form of a packets.
Right.
That if I'm searching for Google, if I'm searching for Facebook, if I'm searching for anything, then all the communication which is flowing from my mobile phone or my remote devices which are communicating with that Wi-Fi is it in form of a packets. And
Right.
here what we are going to do, we are just going to capture that packet which are flowing from my mobile phone towards the router.
Right.
So let me check it.
So it's basically to zero it down to your device, and
Just
the Wi-Fi pack is related to that, right?
yes. Taking some time. Let me just disconnect again. Just a second.
For those of you who are joining us right now, Palvinder from Lucidus Tech is demonstrating how a WPA2 Wi-Fi can be hacked very easily using open source software in under 15 minutes. He's running a few commands as we speak, and he's going to try and get access to a library of passwords that exist in the dark web and try and run a match to the Wi-Fi that he's trying to crack. One sec, I think the video was interrupted. It's back. Yeah, go on.
Yep. Now what we are doing, we are just capturing the packets which are flowing from one particular Wi-Fi, that is a Palvinder.
Right.
So now what we need, we just need to wait for someone, it can be a person sitting next to me, or it can be someone coming back to his home and just connecting to this Wi-Fi. Whosoever, it can be owner of this Wi-Fi, it can be some person who's having some genuine person of that Wi-Fi or some thing. So now what we need to do, we just need to wait for a person, that some person is coming and making a connection with this Wi-Fi.
Right, so some sort of data is going out or coming in, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So somebody is coming and making a connection with this Wi-Fi. Okay. As soon as some person will making a connection with this Wi-Fi, it will show me here some handshake has been captured.
Okay, so let's do it from some device.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it. So somebody is connecting to that.
So Palvinder is using another device as we speak to connect with this Wi-Fi, right? So that this can capture that activity.
So now as soon as some person will be connected to that, so it starts showing me that some person is connected with this station.
Okay.
So some person is having this MAC address.
Right.
And this is connected with my device. So
MAC address is a unique address for your device, right?
Yep, that is a unique address. And as soon as some person will make connection, so we will be capturing one handshake. Okay. So one handshake has been captured in the backend, which is traveling in an air. And my laptop, my system has captured that handshake. What does handshake mean? Handshake means when person will be entering a password, some genuine person will entering a password, and I just remotely in the air, I just captured that password which was traveling in the air.
Right.
And now what I need to do, I just need to stop this. So I have captured a password in an encrypted form. For that, what I need to do, I just need to crack that password by having some word list.
Okay.
So, word list, what we mean by word list, the password which has been captured in my laptop is in some encrypted form. So what I need, I just need a password in a plain text. Plain text is a password that we can just put to make a connection. So you basically need to
decrypt.
Yeah, I basically want to decrypt it. For that, we are using another tool, that is AirCrack, that is an inbuilt, and the file in which password has been stored, factor daily, and I'm giving one word list. Root, this is my word list. Enter. So now what actually it is doing, it is just matching and putting all the password that I am having in the word list. My word list is having 98,22,000 and some passwords in my word list, and these are the commonly used password that people used to have over their Wi-Fi, over there some accounts. So this is the smallest word list that I am having, and having a 98 lakh commonly used password.
Right.
And it doesn't mean it will not be having some Hindi word or some other words that I am using. This is a word list which has been created by making combination of several passwords. And now it is just matching. I think so it will take little time to just matching this password. As soon as that password will gonna match over here, it will show me here your key has been found, and it will be displayed me over. I think so it will not take more than 2 minutes. Now, no,
Wow.
wow.
He found it,
It
says.
just take only 51 seconds to just break the password and just displaying a password p at the rate some password over there.
That's under a minute.
Yeah, that is under a minute.
Incredible.
So that's why we already asked you that it will be taking not more than 15 minutes.
Right. So that's your password.
Yeah, that's
right?
so. If anybody is connecting to this password, he will be able to connect to that Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi was
And it's got all sorts of special characters. It's got an at the rate, it's got an O in uppercase, it's got numeric. Wow, that's incredible.
yeah. That even if we have so here we can just get to know one thing, that even if we are having a passwords which are having some alphanumeric password, like we are having phrases like alphabets like P or S, we are having, still we are having some at the rate, that is special symbols,
Right.
and we also having some numeric values. Still this password got compromised.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just come back to Palvinder here. So, Palvinder, tell us, now that you showed how simple it is to do the hack, other than the guy out there who is using your Wi-Fi, I mean, any kid can do this, right? I mean, but there are other people who may have slightly more malicious intent, right? So what sort of stuff can the guy who has your Wi-Fi password, what sort of stuff does he have access to? He pretty much has access to all your communication, right? He can get into your email, what you're surfing, pretty much everything. You want to tell our viewers about it?
Exactly. In that case, in today's scenario, I don't think so you will be thinking like that here if somebody is using my Wi-Fi and he will be using my internet user. Because in 2017, the various ISPs are coming which are giving you unlimited services, that you can use unlimited net. But in this case, this is not the issue that some person is using an internet. But
Right.
issue will be coming when that person will be capturing all the communication that you are having with your Wi-Fi. That even if you are just entering some username, entering your some password, if some hacker comes into your network by just breaking your Wi-Fi password, he can able to view your username and password. He will be able to view your communication. He will be able, whatsoever you are just surfing on an internet, he will be able to view all your details. I think so it means a lot for you.
Yeah, so your WhatsApp web chats, your email exchanges,
Yeah.
pretty much everything, right?
Yeah, that can be monitored, and there are some services like we can view images, we can view user password, and that is not a fault of that companies. That will not be fault of some XYZ companies, but that will be the fault of you, that you are having a weak password over your
So
Wi-Fi.
can the microphone on your device also be compromised through such a hack?
Yeah, in that cases, what can do, some person can send you some unwanted or malicious file, and if you are executing that file and being a part of same network, he can communicate, he can check what actually the data you are having in your mobile phone. It can be your systems, or it can be some remote devices whatsoever you're having.
So how does one sort of determine if he or she has been hacked? Like something like this happens, except for my connection getting slower or whatever. What are the other ways of finding out that there is actually somebody else accessing my
There is
Wi-Fi?
one very good function available in our routers. The routers which we are having either in companies or at our homes. In router we are having one list of active client list. All the devices which are making a connection with you, with your Wi-Fi, the list that we are having in our router, that list got updated. As soon as new person will be making a connection with your Wi-Fi, its MAC address and its IP gonna be updated in your router's active client list. And if there is any unwanted person, let's suppose if we are having only 2 persons at our home, and if any third person is coming and making a connection with that, one third IP will be coming in that client list, and you will be getting in who's the third person is.
And how do you check that?
And for checking that, you have to go into router's default login page. You have to go to router login page. By entering your username and password for router, you can get it default details of how many persons are connected. And if there is any such unwanted person, I will recommend you, definitely you require to change your Wi-Fi passwords. And it should not be as easy or as we have already seen over here.
No, so that brings me to the question, Palvinder, that you showed us how, special characters, numerics, they also can't quite safeguard you against these hacks. So what sort of a password does one come up with?
No, if you want to have a password, the first thing that your password should not be common phrases. Like it should not be having a dictionary words. Like a dictionary is the simplest word list that you can check it out and it can be downloaded any from, and it is a by default coming in such operating system that we are already holding.
Right.
And if you want to create some secure password over your Wi-Fi, in that cases your password should be like a phrase. It doesn't matter, make one thing clear, it doesn't matter if you're having some alphanumeric values. If that password is a common password, it's a simple one, that still it can be comprehended. So if you want to make it secure, in that cases you have to make a password, its length should be minimum of 15 characters. So it will be little problem being a human, so how we'll remember such a long password? We need to keep a note, and if we want to share it with somebody, we just show the paper said this is a password. So but why not we can have a password like a phrases? So if we want to have a password like a whose length is of 15 characters or whose length is more than 20 characters, our password should be like a phrases. That if my password is my name is Palvinder, I am live on Factor Daily. I don't think so that such passwords will be available anywhere in any word list. But only make one thing in clear that this is not the complete 100% thing that you are just giving a surety that still if I am having a 15 character. But make one thing clear, your password should not be common one.
But something, you spoke about 15 characters, so something like I'm a journalist or I'm a fighter, stuff like that. Is that also very easy to make into?
These words, I'm a journalist or I'm a fighter, or we'll talk about something vibes and ABC 1 to 3, and these are the commonly being password which are being used. These are the already password which I already having in my word list. If you want to check it out, you can just comment it and check it out whether I'm having your password or not in my word list.
Sure. What about gibberish? If I were to just sort of randomly put in certain words and numbers, I know it's very difficult to remember, but if I had a brilliant memory and I could come up with a password like that, is that also susceptible to be broken into?
Exactly, there are some chances that still if you are not having any alphabets in your password and you are having only special characters, I can show you here over there that already I am having such passphrases that it will be having only special characters, like it will be having some brackets, !exclamatory hash. Such passwords can still be compromised.
Right.
But only thing is that at least change your passwords once a month, so that if somebody is getting into your Wi-Fi, if somebody is trying to getting into your Wi-Fi, there should be some complexity for him or her.
While we are on passwords, Palvinder, do you want to tell our viewers, about the fact that a lot of us seem to have common passwords across board, whether it's our work email, personal email, Wi-Fi, banking. That's really a bad idea, right?
Yep. If you are using the same password. Now, one more thing, that if you are having some simple Wi-Fi password, people usually have a same password over several accounts. That same password for I will be having for my Wi-Fi, and same password I used to keep over my some Gmail or some Facebook, some another from banking account. So if somebody is just compromising your Wi-Fi password and still you are having the same password over your some sensitive information account, that can be banking or some other, and that person can be trying same password over another, and that can be huge problem for you.
Right. Thanks, Palvinder, so much for giving us that perspective and showing us how vulnerable, in fact, our Wi-Fis are. And folks out there, it's not just about your internet being stolen, because internet these days is very free. So for most of us, it's not about that. It's about our data. If somebody has access to your Wi-Fi, he pretty much has access to your whole life, your emails, your banking, everything. So be a little more careful, come up with unique passwords. And when I say unique, I don't just mean numerics and special characters. It better be tough to crack. Don't come up with simple, common catchphrases and stuff like that. And also, good idea to never share it with anybody.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, never share your password. That's it. If you all have any questions, do post them in the comment section. Palvinder, thanks again so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
And be safe. As I keep saying every time, as we go online, we're living our lives in the web. We need to put certain checks and balances. We need to be safe. There are a lot of people out there who can steal your data, who can steal your identity. So yeah, watch out. Thank you. Bye bye.